Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am just getting all set up here. I have some time and a cup of coffee, and I thought we could just chat. Okay. So, for anyone that prefers YouTube, I know there are people. I'm starting to do just a few videos on YouTube. It's just finding Cooper's voice. Funny story, I think. I actually started on YouTube. I'm going to date myself here. 1,000 years ago, when I was a girl, actually, after Cooper was born, I started blogging. I started a legit website blog, Finding Cooper's Voice. Oh, it was rough. It was rough. I was not a good writer, and I just shared. And then I realized, well, I actually started watching Jamie Primick Sullivan. I don't know if that name rings a bell. She was a housewife of New Jersey, and she did these videos where she just talked into her phone, and she called them coffee talk. Does anyone, I'm really dating myself. I don't know if she still does them, but she talked a lot about narcissism and relationships, which was something that I was really struggling with at the time. And I would sit and just listen to her, and she was my therapy. I've lost track of her. I haven't followed her. I actually sent her a message one time, and in no way understanding how busy she was because she's like a TV star. And I was like, she didn't answer me. I was like, so sad. And so I'm like, I can do that. Like, I can talk and just talk about special needs parenting, talk about autism, talk about our challenges and our wins and our strengths. So I started on YouTube. And I shared videos over there. I would film them with like a webcam at home. I didn't have Cooper in any of them because he was a wild maniac. And I uploaded them. It would take like 25 minutes to upload them to YouTube. And then I started getting really nasty comments. And there's two that I remember vividly, and they're the reason I stopped. So one of them, and the thing with YouTube, like I can see Sarah and Lauren and Desi, hi. You can have you can have a fake profile anywhere, but on YouTube, like it really felt like there was more anonymity, anonymity. I can't say that word. That makes my mouth feel funny. And I had someone call Cooper the R word. And I had someone say, it was a man, and he wrote this like paragraph of a comment, and he said, quote, I'll never forget it because it's like burned in my brain. He said, if I saw your kid somewhere, I'd knock his ASS out. And I was like, nope, done. I stopped. I stopped. I could not share my life anymore. I was like, and I mean, not that it matters, but it sort of does. I had no followers. I wasn't making money. I wasn't like, it's a little easier to be beat up if you're making $10, It's like, it was ruthless. So I stopped, and then I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll try Facebook. And I've been sharing on Facebook ever since. And I really do love Facebook. I love my audience. I remember when I had 1,000 people. I remember when I knew all their names back before my viral Elmo video, because I remember vividly where I was when I did a video to my followers. I had like 1,000 on Facebook. And I said, I got invited to this event at the Mall of America. I work for PBS. We get to go see Elmo and Abby Cadabby. And I think it's going to be a really bad experience. I'm scared about it, but I don't want to be negative. Should I go? And my wonderful followers were like, go, do it. Just bring a wagon. It'll be great. They were so sweet and so optimistic. Flash forward, it wasn't. It was terrible experience. But I remember that, like having that connection with my audience. I actually ended up deleting a lot of my videos on YouTube because um, there are a lot of pages that don't agree with telling the story of a child. And I actually have very mixed feelings on it, probably different than what most would assume. It's a video for another day. But so I deleted a lot of my videos because I was scared off YouTube and didn't share anything for years. And then now I'm just starting again. I Whether you believe me or not, I'm really mission driven. I really want to help moms. And I was so alone for so long, and I still feel alone sometimes with some of the behaviors and the challenges that we face. Like I'll tell you something. I'm editing my second book. I'm writing a book with my two friends, Carrie and Adrian, and it's been submitted. And now we're doing the first round of edits. And I was going through them yesterday. I took like 8 hours, and it's just head down. And editing is very vulnerable and stressful. And I was going through, and I saw this comment from someone, and it said, "This is getting really sad, and really, we don't want to, be too dark." And I just paused, and I felt almost like the wind had been taken out of my chest because sometimes this is sad. And I really want to speak to severe autism and the challenges that families go through, and the isolation and the loneliness and the fear and the worry. And I speak explicitly and at length about my fear of group homes and my fear of dying. And it was interesting because my first reaction was to like puff out my chest and be like, no, I'm not toning this back. If I reach one mom that is crying in the shower or crying in her car because she has to drop her vulnerable, nonverbal child off, then that's why I'm reading this book. And I try to walk the line really delicately. Like, I don't ever want to be dark. I don't want to be, and I work really hard to not be negative. I've even been accused of toxic positivity. It's funny. But I'll tell you, I had a very uncomfortable run in with someone in my life, in my real life, someone who I'm related to, who is supposed to love me. And they told me that I'm fake. And I took quite some time to do some self-reflection and like some, that uncomfortable thing where you sit and you peel back your layers. And I was like, am I this person that she's describing? And you know where I landed? It may surprise you. It actually may surprise you. Maybe I am a little fake when it comes to the challenges with severe autism. But the reason I have to be is because I can't stay in that negative space. I cannot stay in the dark space that I get into a lot, because if I sit down and set up camp, and if I get mad at the world, and I get mad at the hand that we've been dealt, and I get mad at the challenges that Cooper faces, I am telling you, I will never get out. I will never get out. That is the truest thing I've ever said to you in all my years of sharing. Because I could go there. And I know any one of you could go there too. You could, if you're like me, you could see the way the world views these children. and the cruelty that can happen at school and the community and in different settings. And it'll harden you. It'll harden you. And then one day you'll be looking in the mirror, and this is what happened right around that viral Elmo video. I looked in the mirror, you guys. This is a true story. Actually, it was a window, the truest story. I worked for a company, a nonprofit, and the building was like all windows. When you walked up, it sounds a lot fancier than it was. It was not fancy, but you walked up and it was like all windows, and they were, during my lowest point, I walked up and I was looking, and I glanced and I didn't recognize who I saw. The person was incredibly pale, thin, big, and trust me, I did not sleep well last night, to be clear. But I had huge bags under my eyes. I was hunched over and I was angry. And it was a big reality check for me. Like, do I want to be cold to people? Do I want to be angry to people? Do I want to be prickly and rigid? I don't know. I don't. So when I went through my healing, I mean, this is the truth of it. I was like, I have to set that down. I'm going to set that down. Here's my anger. We can hold hands sometimes. You can come with me sometimes, but I have to just, and I have to laugh, and I have to see the joy in this kid and the gifts that he brings to our life. And yeah, so I do have a topic. I want to talk about gaslighting, but I'm going to kind of do a little buffer real quick. Rough night of sleep over here. Our 5-year-old has been coming into our bed every night, and he sleeps like a sideways velociraptor. And my husband snores. And if one of you tells me to get a CPAP, that man can get his own CPAP. And he's choosing not to do it. So I've had people like tell me I'm like cruel and heartless. I'm angry at him. Quit snoring. That I'm angry about. And so I typically go to the couch somewhere in the middle of the night because I can't move him. But then Winnie woke up. She had peed through her diaper. So I, took the sheet off, laid a towel down, changed her diaper, got her something to drink, tried to go back to bed, and then came downstairs and tried to sleep on the couch. And all of a sudden I hear these noises, and I'm like, it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, what is that noise? Cooper was wide awake, watching his iPad in his room. I went in there and I was like, boy, you shut that off immediately. And he's like, I.e. He's so funny. I.e. And I was like, you little shish kebab, go to bed. And it's funny because yesterday he napped. And I have no idea why he napped. He doesn't nap anymore. It's because he got up at 3 a.m. the day before. He's having a midnight party in his room, and I have no idea. I have to lock up those iPads. And then by that point, I was like, it's 4 a.m. Let's start the day. But I forced myself to fall back to sleep. And I was like a feral bear this morning. My husband's like, it's time to get up. And I'm like, that's what I said. But it was like an exorcist, like, I'm very tired. I'm very tired. And then I get in this dark place. I just want to know if anyone ever, speaking of the dark place, I feel like I'm never going to sleep again. And I know that one of you is going to write to me, you're not going to sleep until your kids, are 18, you're a mother, you're never going to sleep again. My friends sleep. They do. My friends sleep. They're sleeping. I know they're sleeping. Jerks. So, oh, Linda, thank you for ordering my book. I did a favor yesterday. I asked, did you guys watch my stories? I asked if any of you who ordered my book from Amazon could go leave a review on Amazon. It's super easy. It will take you 5 minutes. So, little insider information about writing books that you probably don't know about, because I didn't know about, that the more reviews a book has, the more Amazon shows it to people and recommends it. Thank you, Janine. I left a review on Amazon. So if you ordered my book from Amazon at any time, doesn't matter, anytime in the last 2 years, if you could just like pop on and just write a review. I prefer good reviews. There's a few bad ones. Oh my gosh, I went and looked yesterday. My book is predominantly good. Thank you, everyone. But there's one that was like, this is the worst written book I've ever read. And I was like, burn. And then another one, it just said like in all caps, child exploitation. And I was like, oh, tell me how you really feel, anonymous user. Burn. But also, Amazon really likes it if you, my dog just farted walking up the stairs. I'm not lying. There's also, if you leave a photo, which you could do a really cute photo, or if you do a video, then they really like you. I'm trying to get to 3,000. I'm trying to get to 3,000 reviews. I think I'm at 2,900. So I'd be so thankful. Super easy, just a great way to support an author. Okay. I want to talk about the topic of gaslighting. And I will tell you, I live pretty, Judy. Okay. So Judy, you have to find the link. Okay. So let me just tell you how to do it, Judy, really quickly, to leave an Amazon review. Search Forever Boy by Kate Swenson. Click on my book and scroll all the way to the bottom, and it'll see where the reviews, and it says like 4.9 out of 5, and it'll show the stars. And right on that part, it'll say write a review. It's kind of hidden. Why do they make it hidden? I don't know. I don't know if you can review it twice, Jennifer. I don't think so. Probably not. Thank you, Sharon. I'm going to go look today. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I didn't know what a big deal reviews are, but I guess it really makes sense because when I buy anything on Amazon, anything, I read the reviews. So like I ordered, whatever I order, I like to just see what other people are saying. And so it kind of makes sense, I guess. Oh, hi, Sienna. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Amanda, where did you purchase it? So you can leave a review on Target. You can leave a review on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. I have a really bad review on Barnes & Noble. It is really bad. I was telling my friend Carrie about it yesterday. Carrie's one that and it doesn't bother me. It's fine. But I stumbled upon it on Barnes & Noble, and it was like, you could read it. It's really bad. It's like, whoever the editor of this book is, should be fired. This is the worst edited book ever. Like, shots fired. I don't think Erica's going to appreciate that. Oh, Valley Bookseller. I don't know if you can do reviews there. I don't think you can. Okay, so back to the topic. So I'm kind of waiting for my husband to leave, but he's like milling around. He's always like milling around. Do your husbands ever mill around, like hover? I don't think he's going anywhere soon because he's not wearing any pants. Hi. Nicole, you can't leave one if you bought it from me, but thank you. I do have some travel coming up. I'm going to North Dakota, Bismarck next week. I'm going to be speaking in Appleton. Are any of you near Appleton, Wisconsin? I'm speaking there, and that's open to the public. So if you want to come see me. And then in September, I'm going to Wyoming. And that's open to the public. Just sharing. You can go to my website if you want to hear me speak. I'm trying to eat up time. School starts soon. Oh, good, Janet. I'm glad that you understand. I'm going to school starts soon. Sawyer and Harbor starts kindergarten. They start August 27th. Harbor's so excited. He bought his new shoes yesterday. So excited. We're going to go tomorrow and get uniforms, school supplies, and backpacks, which he's just giddy about. And then I have, tomorrow afternoon, I don't know if you guys know this. If you are local to me, I do events typically monthly, and we're near the Twin Cities, and I'm doing my first ever sibling event. So on Friday, there are maybe 10 families. We're going to a water park, and we're going to go swimming. I'm bringing Harbor and Sawyer, and then all these families are each bringing their sibling, child, or children, and we're just going to get the siblings together and let them, I've had multiple moms say to me that they just don't get to do stuff with their neurotypical children. And I totally get that because I don't always either. So I'm pretty excited we're doing that. And then Cooper starts school in September. I was saying this last night on an Instagram thing. I've never taken him school shopping. He doesn't care, doesn't want to, refuses, and doesn't understand all four. But I did ask him what color backpack he wants. I've been asking him numerous times. And finally, he said blue. So I'm going to get him a blue backpack. And he's never needed typical school supplies. I don't know if I don't know what this is. Oh, we're gonna ban that friend. We're gonna ban that friend. Debbie, I'll be in San Diego in February. I'm very excited. Are you leaving soon? Yeah, why? Well, I want to talk about you, and you're milling around. Okay.
I said put my shorts in the dryer because they're wrinkly.
Oh, it's good. You don't want wrinkly shorts. Also, I appreciate the eye candy if you're running around in your underpants. You look dapper. Jamie's going to a meeting with the client. Well, it'll take him seriously 10 minutes to get out the door here, and then he'll come back in because he forgot something. There we go. There it is, my laptop.
Right here, isn't it?
Why
are you so anxious?
Here, say hi to everybody.
Hello. How are we doing this fabulous Thursday?
It is Thursday.
It is. Nothing like being gone the first 2 days of the work week and trying to catch up. It's literally impossible.
It is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Jamie is an autism dad extraordinaire, but he does have some things to work on.
I do.
And what are they?
Patience.
Jamie gets very upset. And when he gets upset, Cooper matches his energy.
He does.
And he targets me.
But if I get upset about anyone or anything.
Yeah, if Jamie is just talking loudly to me.
If I'm getting on Cooper.
Or me, but me though. Let's just say we're not even fighting. Let's just say you're saying something that's getting kind of, escalated. Cooper will hit me. Not hard, but he wants me to stop talking.
Yell.
And he wants us to stop talking.
Yes.
It's very frustrating. And it's taken Jamie 13 years to figure it out. Can we get a slow clap?
Oh. I figured it out, but this minute I've changed.
You're changing. You're changing. This is the day one of our change.
Trying to better myself.
Yes. Oh, I've never heard him say that. We actually just talked about doing couples counseling, but we always get to this just to talk about things, like talk about our struggles and autism and parenting and our different parenting styles. Every time we get to this point, though, it's like finding a therapist is so overwhelming.
Need order checks.
Yeah.
She's Hank.
I don't know if he's trying, but he has some self-awareness. Self-awareness.
Amazon's here.
Amazon's always here. Oh, he's gone. He'll be back, though. He'll be back. Oh, my gosh, he'll be back. It's like, go be free. He works. So Jamie, people always ask, Jamie's an insurance agent, a great insurance agent. He has an office that he would prefer to be at every single day. But we have kids that are going in so many different places that he'll help me run kids sometimes because he has flexibility. So like today, 2 are at preschool, 1's at camp from 9 to 2. It's like next week we have 1 at preschool, 1 at camp from 9 to 2, 1 at camp from 9 to noon. It's just so much running, and it's hard to always bring Cooper. Like if you get him in the car to get him back, like it may take him 20 minutes to get him in the car. So I want to be very clear about this. I have a very helpful husband. And I think sometimes people like get mad at me for that. But our marriage is hard. So I want to just, we have challenges a lot. Okay. So I want to talk about gaslighting before I'm on for 26 minutes. I'm now to my topic. Sorry if you've been hanging out and bored by me. So I want to talk about gaslighting. So I go through periods as an autism mom where I get really sad, and it may last an hour. It may last a day. It may last a week. And I'll tell you, I've worked really hard to come to terms and get as close to acceptance as I can get, because I think acceptance is a moving target. But as Cooper has reached teenagehood and I'm seeing kids his age doing things, I mean, they're practically adults, truly. And, we're still in this hand holding. I have to shower, or Jamie or I have to shower him. He can't be alone for a second. I could list 100 things. I want to be clear, because I think that sometimes there's this misconception, like I am human. I'm not stronger than anyone. I'm not braver than anyone. I don't have extra patience, or there are days where I am heartbroken. And I said something once, and if it offends anyone, I'm sorry, but I do think there is a piece of my heart that is broken that will never heal. I have a son who will most likely never speak. He's doing great, but I don't think tankers, no. He's never going to live independently. He's never going to get married and have kids. He's not. And I always land at this part, and I know that I say this a lot, and I'm saying it to help myself heal. I'm saying it for myself. I have to leave this earth one day, and he is not going to understand. And I'm angry and I'm sad. Okay, so I want to say that. But I really do try to say and share 95% really, truly joy and happiness and the beauty in this boy. He's amazing. He's wonderful. He's funny and he's smart. And I'm so lucky. I'm lucky to have him, like all these parts. But if I dare go through one of my grieving periods, I'm not hiding anymore. I'm not hiding it. I'm sharing it, because my favorite quote is, I choose to heal out loud because for way too long, I suffered in silence. I'm gonna get that tattooed on my body, except it hurts really bad. I just got a tattoo and it hurts. So I don't think I can do it. It's too long. But it's truly like, so last week I did a couple reels about, I'm sad. I did a story. I'm sad. Okay. I have a great audience. I do. I probably got 700 to 800 messages in a 24-hour period. And they were all like, thank you for saying this. Thank you for voicing this. Thank you for helping me feel not alone. Thank you for sharing your life because it's my life, and that's why I do that. And then I had, now this ratio is ridiculous. So I probably had 800 comments. I had 3 that done pissed me off. 3. Now, what is that percentage? 3 out of 700. That's not bad. But those 3, because I'm human, had me thinking goofy. I started thinking goofy. I had to call my friend Carrie Cariello from the ice rink at Sawyer's hockey game. And I said, I'm thinking weird. You got to set me straight. And she's like, I told her, and she's like, oh, Kate, those people are nuts. Because so the first one, and I want to be clear, this is gaslighting. So the first one that just set me off, and I really do think this woman, I don't think she was like being mean. I think she was coming from a place where she thought she was helping me. But the first one said something like, I'm paraphrasing this, so please know I'm not getting it exactly. But it's like, you need to quit complaining. Your son is happy. He's going to have a happy life. And there's children dying of cancer. And that's not you. So get over it. That's essentially the paraphrase of what it said. And I will tell you, smoke came out of my ear. Because the first thing I'll tell you is I will never in 1 million years act like I know what it's like to lose a child. I am so lucky to have my boy. I get him. I am so lucky. I know a mama in Woodbury right now whose daughter has Sanfilippo syndrome, and she is in the hospital. And I am just watching this mom, and my heart is breaking for her because the pain that she has to be in, that's not me. But here's the deal, and I want to just say this to you. You get to say that your life is hard if it's hard. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to go through the hard test. I have a son who hits and screams and can't be alone and has meltdowns and picks his body, and we can't go anywhere. And all of these things are hard. No matter where you line them up or dress them up, they're hard. Not even to mention just the weight of the worry and the fear. And so I wrote back to her, and I was really honest. And I just said, why can't I say it's hard? That's what I wrote. I go, please tell me, why can't I say that this is hard? And she wrote back, and this is really telling. She's not an autism mom. She's a teacher. And she's like, I've taught many kids like Cooper, and I know what it's like. Nope. So teachers are saints. I have heard from so many special ed teachers who teach special ed and have children with special needs, and they're like, I had no idea how hard it is to do this 24 hours a day. And no, I want to be clear. I'm going to say it again. Special ed teachers are saints, and they have a hard job and should be paid millions of dollars. And I am so thankful for them. But day in and day out, the grind, it's there's times I feel like I just can't get up. I'm serious. Like, I have days where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this today. I'm going to do it because I have 4 kids. But I don't know if I can do it today. And so I shared it in my supporter group on Facebook, which is my favorite group. And I said, read this. And half the comments were like, that is gaslighting. That is gaslighting. So it's telling what gaslighting is essentially. And I know gaslighting in my own life and many other areas. But gaslighting is telling someone that their heart isn't hard. It's invalidating them. It's refusing to acknowledge what they're going through. It's brushing it under the rug. Like, I remember truthfully when Cooper, I can still see this woman's face. When Cooper was younger, in our hardest years, our house was like a prison. We couldn't go outside, and he was screaming and he was breaking everything. And we had days that were just unbelievable. People wouldn't believe it. And I shared it with someone in my real life. And you know what they said to me? Quit whining. At least he's not dead. Someone said that to me, truthfully, to my face, an older woman in my life. I don't know. It blows my mind. Okay, so the other 2 comments that I got. So I shared a reel, and I can't even remember what the context was, but I had a woman comment, and I just blocked her. I didn't even respond. She said, "Why are you so negative? He can grow up and get married and have kids. You don't know what the future holds." Cooper just laughed. He's like, I ain't getting married. The thing that I will tell you is I'm not being negative. I'm not being negative. Cooper is going to have an amazing, stay there. Cooper is going to have an amazing future. Yes, you can have one. Have some water too. Can you get a glass of water, please? So get a cup, you know where they are, and get some water. And I want you to drink a whole cup of water, okay? Yes or no? Cooper. I can hear him doing it. We worked for years on getting water. I can't show him to you because he's in his birthday suit. Did you fill it up to the top? Air high five. So I don't know what the future holds. And I also can say with absolute certainty that Cooper is not going to get married and have kids. And it's okay to say that. And the reason I'm sharing this one, I think this is a really important one, is because the journey that I had to take to get to realistic hope and acceptance pretty near broke me. My dad used to always say pretty near broke me. It did. It pretty near broke me. And I was on the bathroom floor for a day. Truly. It was after that Elmo video when I realized, I didn't realize that for the first 7 years of Cooper's life, or 6, you guys, I'm going to tell you something truthfully. I didn't realize that he could have severe autism forever. I thought he was going to get better. I thought he would start talking and his cognitive awareness would happen. He'd understand safety and how to communicate, and he'd learn how to shower and be in the community and be home alone. I knew that he would always have autism. I was never naive to that, but I thought that he would be on this trajectory, and maybe someday he will, right? I'm telling you right now, maybe he will learn to shower. Maybe he will learn to understand that fire is hot and that knives are sharp. I don't know. We're working on it. But it took me so long to accept it. And so now when I have some like 18-year-old kid tell me that my son's going to grow up and get married and have kids, I first want to laugh and then I just feel sad because why do I have to lie to make that person feel better? I can't lie anymore. I can't lie anymore. I don't want to. Why? Cooper's going to have a great life. He doesn't need to do those two things to have a great life. But he has a significant disability. He will need lifelong care. Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. It's weird the things that I'm arguing now, or internally, I guess. Like, where did this come from? Like, where did this come from? And what was the other one? There was one other one. Oh, I don't remember it. I don't remember. And I had one other one, but one other gaslighting comment that I wanted to share. It'll come to me. Yeah, Liz, I call it realistic hope. And so I think I talked about that in my first book. Switching from, hope to realistic hope. And I actually, do you guys follow, what's her name? Jess and Val, Autistic Interpretations, wonderful mother-daughter duo. And Jess is a young, well, I think is she in her 30s? She has autism, severe autism, and blindness of some sort. She's just lovely. Jess is lovely. And Val, the mom, who I really look up to, she said to me, we had this conversation about limitations. And she goes, somewhere along the line, people started getting offended if we say that our children have limitations. And I was like, you're right. They do. Like some stranger in like Alabama who doesn't have autism in their life is like offended if I say that Cooper isn't going to get married. And it's like, he has limitations. It's okay to say that. Like, it's okay. We all have limitations. Some are smaller, some are greater. It's just so interesting. I'm fascinated by it. Yeah. Also, I wanted to show this to you. This is Cooper's Miracle League photo from this year. Isn't it cute? So cute. Look at my little monka moo moo. I love him so much. Oh, what did she say? I can't see it. I want to see it. Anywho, okay. I am going to hop off. I have to do a bunch of work today. Book stuff, influencing stuff, that sort of thing. I have to make a presentation for a school district I'm presenting at. I have to get that stuff done. A couple things. Please come join my supporter group on Facebook, especially you YouTube people, if you don't know about it. I have this great group on Facebook. It's called Coops Troops, and I do videos typically every day over there, and they're just more personable and more honest. So come join that. And then if you bought my book, please leave a review, please, or just grab my book in general. I have a copy over there, but it's called Forever Boy. I would love it if you grabbed it. And that's that. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.